women in the UK are being told to just stop boozing. So in a major win for the nation, British laddettes have officially topped the global binge drinking league table. That's very unfortunate. The Organisation for Economic Cooperation and Development compared alcohol consumption across 38 developed countries for its annual report on health, and more than a quarter of British women admitted to binge drinking at least once a month. Now, that's defined as having at least 6 drinks in a single session. And for men watching at home, this is even worse for you. For you lot, it's even worse at a whopping 45%. When both sexes are combined, the UK is ranked the 3rd overall, a bronze for boozing. The OECD has warned the UK's drinking habit is putting us at high risk of serious health issues like strokes, heart disease and cancer, and placing the already struggling NHS under further strain. Now, I don't care if I sound sexist for saying this, but I think it's classless, tacky behaviour for any woman to engage in binge drinking. I think
what?
Well, no, seriously. I think it is so classless as a woman, because the thing is, why would you want to be inebriated in public? I have seen women get so drunk that they've passed out on the pavement in front of my house using a pizza slice.
That doesn't mean
pizza slice as a pillow.
Listen,
with their bum cheeks hanging out.
I think that's exceptional. You are equating binge drinking to being inebriated. 6 drinks in a session. That might be a 6-hour session.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but that's still gross. Hold your alcohol. The problem is we have not tackled the taboo of the culture of drinking we have in this country. Right? Other countries drink, the French drink, the Czechs drink, all of that, but their culture of drinking is far more socialized than ours. We like to go out and get drunk and have like 20 drinks a night and then pass out in the middle of the road. And
But of course, the reason for that...
It's a very, very bad look.
But it's entirely cultural. When you look at Northern European countries, they all tend to act in the same way. If
all
you look
the
at
cold
drinking,
areas.
But alcohol is
the
also
reason,
entrenched in our society.
Yeah.
Certainly when we had pubs, when people went to the pub, everything is centred around that. So if you look at our language, hangover, one for the road, on the wagon, all come from alcohol.
Yes.
I think also this can be linked to stress. You've got 1 in 4 women in the UK saying that they are stressed, and that stress comes from work. And I think people use alcohol as a way to distress as well, whether that's, you know, blowing off steam with workmates, or whether that literally is getting so drunk that you pass out with your face on a pizza slice as a pillow. But I think, you know, stresses are a huge part or play a huge part in that as well.
Sorry, I was just going to say, but I also think that, you know, that we have changed as well. As soon as we got this cafe culture, which was supposed to make us drink more responsibly, it just meant that instead of have it going to the pub and drinking between 7 and 11 or whatever the times were, and only getting our booze from off licences, now it's cheap as chips in supermarkets. You preload, you can get absolutely bladdered before going out for next to nothing. The beers, for example, when I was growing up were so much less alcoholic. You know, all those things have contributed to us actually, and I think I agree with you as well, Afia. I think, you know, the people that we now, you only got to watch a TV programme and people reach in for a bottle of wine now for stress, and they do that. Now, when I was growing up, wine was so expensive. It was a once-a-week treat that you would have with Sunday lunch, and frankly, it was like, you know, you had pipettes of it because, you know...
Or Blue Nun.
Yeah.
Look, I'll be honest, when I read this, a tear came to my eye. I've never been prouder of alcohol.
Oh, my goodness.
Come on, Britain. Come on, Britain.
If you look at the figures, France consumes far more alcohol overall. So 21%, Italy at 4%, Spain at 6%. So their culture, Southern European culture, as you know, is much more about meals, enjoying the meal, having alcohol with the meal. Ours isn't like that, is it?
But remember, Esther, the pizza. So that lady did have a meal.
Listen,
she had a meal.
She just lay on it.
Honestly, it is extremely... I mean, I'm talking specifically about women here. I know men's physical constitution is different. You can handle a lot more alcohol. I'm just speaking strictly from the women. I find it deeply unattractive when I see women binge drinking, completely inebriated. But also, if the government is happy to ban smoking for a generation, why don't we talk about actually the public health consequences of alcoholism in this country?
I'm just deeply nervous about that.
Because it's a problem.
You'll just push us into the underground. We'll get
exactly. It'll be like prohibition all over again.
Also, I'd rather people drank in pubs responsibly, where there's a landlord or a landlady, rather than at home preloading with penny.
Sorry, no, don't come round to my place. Not preloading.
Anyway.